everyone. Today we're on the set of Titanic, and I have with me Caitlin Mesiano and Patrick Dunn, who are playing Kate McGowan and Fred Barrett in Titanic. And you both have been here before and Little Women, performed in Little Women, and you played Joe, March, and Laurie. And what is it like compared to performing in other venues and then coming here and performing at Bob Jones?
Sure. So I played Jo March, a famous literary character from everybody's favorite Little Women. It was made into a musical, and it was pretty historic for Bob Jones. I believe it was the first time there was a musical done in this guest artist slot. So that was pretty special. No pressure, making history. No, but it was a really wonderful experience. Dr. Lawson was a wonderful leader. And welcomed us with open arms. Getting to work with the students is a really unique experience. After, touring and working regionally in the professional setting, it's nice to kind of get back to the basics and work together as a team and help each other figure this out and make the art happen.
Yeah, I think in general, it's as close as you can get to working in a professional environment. I mean, this is a professional environment.
Yeah.
When we came in, we weren't really sure what we were getting into because we didn't know anything about it. We were kind of breaking ground, as well as Dr. Lawson and the students doing a musical. So when we got here, we were pleasantly surprised with the level that everyone was bringing to the table. And as far as even the space, the backstage crew, the sets, and the quality of the orchestra, it was as professional a production as you could find almost anywhere that we've worked before.
Yes, definitely.
So getting to see the students' fire and their passion, and then the teaming with Dr. Lawson and the entire faculty and staff was incredible to come in and to have everybody on the same team, because coming from New York City, it's such a cutthroat environment and it is such competition just to work, that here it was this lovely, nurturing, and obviously educational environment that we were so excited to be a part of. And then when Dr. Lawson asked us to come back when he was saying we were doing Titanic, both Caitlin and I we said, we're clearing our schedules, let us know when it's gonna be. We're going to be there. Yeah. We have to be there.
Well, thank you for that. We're excited to have you to come back. So what is your favorite parts? You kind of touched on them, but what are your favorite parts about being back at Bob Jones?
Yeah, the collaboration with the students. I remember being in school and studying theater and just wanting so much to work with people who were in the industry and learning so much just from watching them. But I'm learning a lot from the students too. You know, it takes me back to, like I said, going back to the basics and just, making sure I'm on my game so that I can be a good example for them. So
I think the biggest thing for me is coming in back to Bob Jones is what Dr. Lawson really focuses on is the process and not the product, which is a really big difference from in a New York City rehearsal setting. The show I'm doing now, I finished rehearsing in 3 days. That was it, because that costs a lot of money to rehearse. And here, what the students get to focus on is the process rather than worry about the product, because if you focus on the process, the product will come. So as we're plugging through the show, we just did a third last night, we're going to do a third tonight, and then another third tomorrow, and be ready to start running, and then finessing and working, and the students have put it in such good shape already that they can really fine-tune a lot of the smaller moments, especially the bigger moments, and tell the story. Yeah.
So you are playing Fred, who's he's a fireman, a stoker on Titanic.
I'm stoked.
Nice. Good one.
Been saving that for years.
Can you tell us a little bit about your character?
Yeah, he's great. Frederick Barrett, he reminds me of myself. It's not too much of a stretch. He's kind of this angsty, fiery Irishman who has dreams of grandeur and a better life and providing for his new fiancée, and has a real soft spot for romance. So he has this kind of this bigger tune where you see the harsh side of him and the tougher side where he's gritty and sweaty and dirty, and then later on in the play you'll see him literally serenade a photo of his fiancée who's back in England that he needs to get back to. So, and then obviously he may or may not have a bit of a tough time getting back to her, unfortunately.
And you're playing Kate McGowan.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little about that role.
Yes, sure. She's an Irish immigrant. She is a woman with a plan. Like a lot of the immigrants that were on the Titanic and making their way to America, she has dreams and aspirations of what she can become, and leaving behind her old life in Ireland, and just looking for a fresh start. And she has her sights set on someone she meets on the ship. It's not this guy. Not this time.
I'm in the basement the whole time. Yeah, nobody sees me.
So some romance comes her way, and I think that that relationship is actually pretty high stakes.
Okay.
As a woman coming by herself to America, looking for a fresh start, it was going to be pretty necessary in her situation to meet a man that could help provide for her here.
Now, before we started filming, did I hear you say you actually have kind of personal ties to this story?
I do, a bit, yes. I had some relatives on my mother's side. I'm Irish, obviously.
No.
I don't think you could tell, but yeah, I'm Irish, and I have some relatives on my mother's side who immigrated to America as young girls, and they came here with a similar hope, just to start fresh and have some opportunities as opposed to none.
That's really neat. So a little personal connection with your character. That's really cool. So can we expect to laugh during Titanic, or maybe cry, or maybe both?
I think you can buckle up and be prepared to run the gamut of emotions.
Yes.
Dr. Lawson is crafted. I mean, as you can see just by the set alone, the massive scope of the entire production, and the students themselves and the faculty that are also involved. It's got just about everything in there, and a grand score that Dr. Moore has the orchestra already well in tune with, that they get to they get to keep working on for another 2 weeks as well before we get some audiences in here. So bring a box of tissues.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we do our job right, you'll need them.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today. And thank you, everyone, for watching. And be sure to check out our other articles about the BJU production of Titanic.
Come see us.
Please.
Please.